Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tero Laine. I'm from Dowco group of companies, and here's a little introduction. How do we serve the worldwide BIM initiatives? So first of all, we have three main companies in our group. One of them is Fabtrol, which is used for steel fabricators by stock management, fabrication, shop planning, etc., etc. They have been using models already for more than a decade for everything they do, so they are not here, so I'm not going to talk more about that. Then we have Dowco Consultants, who is doing lots of BIM modeling for steel fabricators, precast fabricators, developers, owners, etc., etc. And my part of the company, which is trying to be the most proactive with BIM, is the Dowco Technology Services, and we are the Canadian reseller for TechaStructures, Graphics.ArchiCAD and Pansura, and actually also Fabtrol and Bluebeam. And funny enough, with these, typically the bigger penetration there is for TechaStructures and ArchiCAD, the deeper the BIM integration is in the world, wherever you go. So everything is involved in the same integrated BIM workflow, and what we try to make is make this happen, make this real. Same model goes back and forth. It's a cycle. It's not a one-way process. It's not a handover from architects to engineers, not from engineers to connection designers, not from designers to detailers, fabricators, erectors, etc., all the way to the site and facilities management. We are trying to utilize everything in one model. And a few words about ArchiCAD, and that has been around a long time, since 80s, and it has been used widely, especially in Asia, in Europe, and we have also quite a big user community here in Canada. And in the Autodesk terms, it's like Revit on turbo. And then there's a TechaStructures, which is then taking over architectural design. It's not meant for primarily for MEP, it's not meant for architectural design, it's meant for structural design and everything after that. And the idea is to build everything in one model. You don't have to do everything in TechaStructures. We can also reference in design done by the other softwares. So now we have a long history on steel detailing and fabrication. And that has been very BIM oriented already in Canada, probably 15 years. As I said, they have been using models with their designers in their fabrication, in their erection, and actually site planning a long time ago. So they are really the forerunners in BIM in Canada. And that's when we are using there's lots of information in the models. I'm not going to go too deep in there, but I'm just going to try to highlight that when we are talking about the BIM, we are trying to make BIM more than a painting of a building. We try to, in order for building to happen, there has to be all these tiny annoying pieces of devices so that it actually works and it stays up. So what we try to do is we try to enable people to actually model these in, control them, get quantities, change them, revise them, and communicate them anyone who is interested. So typically, when we talk about the cast-in-place concrete, this is what cast-in-place contractors want to do. They want to plan the building, they want to model the building, they want to take the quantities, they plan the building, power breaks, reinforcement, formworks, etc., then they schedule the building, and then they make it happen. And TechaStructures allows you to do all that, and that's why it is becoming more and more popular among the cast-in-place contractors, in addition to the previous stronghold of precast fabricators and steel detailers and fabricators. So what we do from the model, of course, we link those information, whether you control these in TechaStructures, but as we try to be as open BIM as possible, we also transfer that information, for example, to, say, Primavera or whatever systems you are using on back office. But TechaStructures as a very graphical and powerful environment is a perfect tool then for last planning, because often heavy project management softwares are they are shelved. The closer you go to the site, the more likely there's some other software used or or the model is not updated at all. So TechaStructures allows you to actually make changes to the schedule and communicate those back to the office as well. Then TechaBIM site is one of our softwares, which is because everyone needs to be able to view all these models without actually buying a software, and be able to do class checks, be able to take quantity takeoffs, be able to take measurements, etc. So that's something that's free for everyone. It can connect any kind of models, and as I said, did I say it's free? And you can download it from techabimsite.com. And one big part of our our intent is that because TechaStructures also is part of Trimble, or should I say the foundation of Trimble's portfolio, is that you will be able to transfer location information from and past the site. And my last slide is going to be should I say two pictures of how people see BIM. Is what's better, what's more beautiful. I'm going to finish saying that one on the bottom right knows exactly what it cost, when it's going to be fabricated, and who has designed it, etc., etc. And the one on the top left is beautiful. Thank you. Sorry.